Okay. Yeah, I'm really proud. We responded. We certainly challenged them at halftime, but what we learned from the George Mason result, I thought it was kind of put to the test today, and I was really proud of how we responded. We talked about toughness, we talked about heart. I was obviously disappointed with the glass at halftime. I was disappointed with just the whole aggressiveness. I just thought they were more aggressive. I thought even maybe their defense made us a little timid. But come on, we're missing stuff we shouldn't miss. Great response to a challenge. And, you look at the score in the second half, it's who I want to be, right? It's 47-24. And so I will say I got a ton of respect for how they play, who they are. They're tough. They're well coached. Alexis has done a great job, and I had no doubt about it. I've known him for, 25 years. I remember seeing him at a men's Final Four when I was on the men's side. But I think they're going to have a great year, and I'd be shocked if they didn't. So much respect to them. But I was really proud of our group tonight. Barnes headline for me, of course, right? That's the easy one. But Bree, Zakaya, and BMAC were phenomenal in their roles today, and we needed every last inch of that.
Early on, when you have games like the Mason game last Thursday, they can be revealing. They can expose you as well, to use some Bob Chesney terms.
Yeah.
But they can also be a learning experience. How much was George Mason put in their mind as you even approach this game and at halftime of today's game? Yeah,
I wondered, and the whole thing for me is I'm learning them, and I'm learning how they respond. And so I don't know this team yet, right? And so at halftime of George Mason, I went with a little bit more you guys are okay, let's put this together, not not a challenge, let's say. It's hey, we're in this together, it didn't work, right? So today it was we're consciously going to go the other way and see what happens, kind of thing, because I don't know exactly what this team is going to respond to. Kylie's new, Delilah's new, Grace is new, BMAC's new, right? You still have Z, Bree, Peyton, and Barnes and Angela, but right, I just don't know how they're going to respond. I don't know what gets them, and so that's what I'm learning is that the Mason game, I didn't know how we were even going to respond to. We talked about a great score result with Kent State. You follow that up with a poor performance at Mason, right? Then you have Queens, great score result. How are you going to follow up with Queens? So we talked about that part. I don't know what's in their head necessarily, but I was really, really proud of our response today in a couple ways. One was halftime, sure, but use Bree Robinson, right? She didn't start well. She misses 2 layups. She misses a step back 3. Mills is coming off stuff, banging shots. It's okay, so it was how are you going to respond to that? And that's what I'm most proud of is that she did, right? We took care. Mills had a tougher second half. Bree got going a little bit, hits the corner 3. That's the type of stuff that gives me encouragement moving forward is that we're going to take some hits here. We designed the schedule that way. It's all about your response. So I think Mason was a crucial lesson for this particular win, for sure.
It's easy to look at the box score and just watch that game develop as the offense just flipped, for JMU. But what did you do defensively to make things tougher for them? They mentioned your players that Z was digging things out, getting down into the post. How much influence did Bree have defensively? It's kind of hard for me to watch that. But I think you have a better sense of that for us because Mills did not have the second half she had in the first.
Correct. 2 things. I thought we got aggressive for a stretch with trapping ball screens. I thought that was good, and you got to throw them out of rhythm somehow. It reminds me of Drexel. But BMAC's physicality in the post is just – it's so underrated, and there's no stat for it, right? So she's battling, right? She's coming around, she's getting a steal, right? And it's annoying, right? And so now when we had to take her out because she got her 4th foul, and we had Barnes in there, Barnes isn't a true 5, and so we used Zakaya as a digger off of Jakayla Thompson, which helped, and it wasn't everything, but she didn't prove that she could be a great threat from 3, so we let Z roam a little bit. And I give Bree a ton of credit because I'm watching film with her, and her defense is so annoying to other people. I mean, it's like you can't get her away from you, right? And that's what I thought she did. I just thought she really locked in the second half, and I was trying to take her out. Any chance they took Mills out, I was trying to take Bree out, give her a breather, and put her back in, because there's no other Bree Robinson. And I've said that before. I think she is irreplaceable for us with what she does. But those were the things defensively that I thought messed with them a little bit, but it was the more stops, and we ended up rebounding better in the second half. Not great, but we were able to play our game, and that's who we want to be.
You talked a little bit about Zakai's defense there, but when she hits that three and draws the foul too, and then hits on that, how much do you notice a momentum shift and just kind of a shift in the energy in that moment? Yeah,
I thought we were building. I thought we were peaking a little bit, and that put us over the top. I thought it was like, yeah, we're going to take care of business now. I thought that was the moment. I just love it for her because, if I'm not mistaken, on that play, she had given a pitch to P to have P shoot it. I think P missed it. She got it back. Or P didn't shoot it, and she got it back. And she was like, well, I'm going to shoot this thing. And I thought the girl was going to block her shot. I was standing right in front of her. But I'm just proud of her because she's worked a lot on that, and she deserves a lot of that. Even though I will never evaluate Zakiya Stevenson on making and missing her shots. That is never going to be an evaluation tool for me. But 8 assists, one turnover, and 5 steals, that's what I'll evaluate her on.
And then even just when you were talking about response, to go from shooting about 13% in the second quarter to then nearly 65% in the fourth quarter, how much confidence does that give you to know that they are kind of able to respond and listen to what you're saying at halftime and make those adjustments?
Yeah, and look, I give them credit because we switched some things around offensively. They were on to us. Liberty was, and our zone offense can get stagnant, and he took advantage of that. So we ran a play, I bet you 20 times in the second half just to get some movement to it, and I thought our players embraced that. So I take a little bit of the hit with the second quarter because I was out of the flow. I couldn't get us in a flow. I couldn't pick the right play to get us in a flow. But again, it's a great response. I think what I got a little concerned with at the beginning of the third was we were playing so hard that we were almost playing fast on offense, and it was like, no. You got to play tough on defense, tough on the glass, but over here now you got to tough finish here and there, but you got to play. There's got to be a rhythm to it, a connection to it offensively, and I thought we settled down. But I bet you the first, 5 possessions of the second half, I don't think we scored, or maybe once or twice. It's like we had to really settle into that, and Barnes helped a lot with that. Barnes and P for sure.
And then they turned it over 21 times. You guys only turned it over 9 times, and I think it was only twice in the second half.
That's crazy.
How much of a coach's dream is that to, kind of lead that comeback and get away with the win?
That's awesome. And this is like an emerging thought for me, but it's like we get our butt kicked on the glass, but we force 21 turnovers. We have 12 steals, right? We have a positive assist to turnover ratio. It's an emerging different team for me. But yeah, if you're going to turn the ball over under 10 times in a game, you'll win a lot of games. I think regardless of how you shoot. Shooting to me is always the most uncontrollable. But yeah, turning them over, and again, that's 2 games in a row where we forced over 20 turnovers, it's just different for me. That's not been my thing as a coach, but this team is telling me that's kind of who they are.
With the Dukes being down 10 going into half, and then outscoring Liberty in the third and finally taking the lead in the fourth, what does that resilience show you as a coach? And going into the rest of the season, how does that make, what do you see in that? How does the resilience show what your team is capable of?
Yeah, we're going to need it. We go on a stretch right now it's Nova, at Texas, Virginia Tech, Boston College, Wisconsin. So, you better have some resilience with you because you're running into some pretty high-level athletes, teams, coaches. So that's the most encouraging thing for me with what we just did was, we played a 4-game stretch right here. We got smacked in one of them, and we've responded ever since to me, right? And so, you're not going to win a championship without a level of resilience, right? And having a great response and kind of being a relentless competitor where you just keep throwing punches. You're not going down and you just keep throwing punches. And so they showed that tonight. And is that I'm ready to write like we're going to win them all? No, right? But like if we're going to fight, at least we've shown that we can and we show that we will. And I think that's encouraging for our team moving forward in the belief and continue to have that belief in each other.
One more.
Oh boy.
Denise Dillon.
Yeah.
Villanova.
Hey Denise,
What do you think about that?
I missed you. It's been too long. It's funny I just mentioned Drexel. I really wasn't thinking about Villanova. All I know about them, I think they play the second game tonight. I don't know. I know they lost to Fairfield. But no, man, I have so much respect for Denise Dillon. I mean, what are we on? We're almost on 20 years of this, going back and forth, seeing her almost every year. I think she's a wonderful person, and I really enjoy time with her. And it'll be a challenge because she does a great job, and she'll have us run around and, just like they had us beat. They had us on the ropes last year, and we ended up coming back and winning. But it'll be a great challenge against a really good friend.
When you played them last year, did they have any Drexel look to them at all?
It's not the same, but it's similar in a way. Drexel, I thought, was a little bit more structured. She's got their point guard is awesome and played with Bree on the Canadian, I guess, national team. I'm not sure what. I don't know, national team. It's tough for me. Yeah, they played together. Canada 17 under, whatever it is. But yeah, I think she's let them go a little bit. But it's the same concept. She's a great coach. Really good offensive mind, tough defensive mind. It'll be something. It'll be something. Thanks, Kurt.